All right, everyone, there's a whistleblower complaint currently against Trump, and apparently Giuliani has sort of blew the cover a little bit the other day talking about and mentioning Ukraine and Biden's son. So it appears to be what appears to have happened. This is the allegation, as far as we can tell, is that the Ukrainians were informally asked to look into the situation with, I guess, like the Biden family. What did they do? Embezzle money or run drugs or some crazy shit allegedly in Ukraine? And so I guess as President-elect Trump or people on his team were involved with direct chats about that topic in a way that may have been inappropriate. The problem is this. Number one, again, you've got an anonymous whistleblower advocating this idea. Giuliani's saying he, I guess, was in communication. That doesn't involve Trump, so I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. So there appears to be some confusion. I don't necessarily believe that there is any whistleblower. It could just be bullshit. That's always possible. Number two, even if there was a conversation, it's not clear if that was the topic. Number three, let's say that Trump actually did act improperly. Let's play a little bit of a mind game here. Some of you are like, card-carrying MAGA hat wearers. You probably don't believe this. You think that the fact that Adam Schiff is in charge of handling the investigation makes it look crummy. Admittedly so. But let's take our MAGA hats off for a moment and expect the possibility that Trump actually did something wrong. What's the problem? The problem is that half the country won't accept the results at this point. Half the country, it's a significant proportion, maybe not half, okay, let's say 40-40. 40% of the country believes that Trump is Adolf Hitler. Any claim you can make about him will be taken as true. It doesn't matter what the claim is. 40% of the country believes that he's Jesus Christ. They'll deflect any claim made about him regardless of what the claim is or what proof you have, leaving like the minority of the population scratching their heads. If there is, therefore, a problem, if Trump does something despicable, it becomes very, very difficult for anything to be done about it because the only people with the wherewithal to do anything are so bitterly partisan and have been boxed into such an echo chamber that they can't operate with any great latitude. It's becoming a real big problem within U.S. politics. You've got this cheerleader system, echo chamber politics, and so it's the same as the shoes on the other foot too, of course. If some Democrat does something crazy, Biden still has people believing that he can guide the country and isn't demented. This should give you an indicator of the cognitive dissonance kicking in with some people. It's really terrible. It's going to get us in big trouble if we don't tamp down on it. I do not personally have any reason to believe, though, the claim against Trump. I guess the claim is that he improperly coordinated with a foreign head of state in a non-official capacity, or in an official capacity for maybe personal reasons. But there's no proof of this. Now, insofar as he's blockading the House of Representatives through the Department of Justice, that's normal procedure. Because let's say he says, okay, well, I have nothing to hide. Go ahead and look through everything. You give him an inch, they'll take a mile. He's got other shit that they want to investigate too. They'll try to tie everything in insofar as they can because it's a political witch hunt. It is political maneuvering. You can think that Trump is a dirty individual, but any attempt by the Democrats to harm him is innately political. The same is true in reverse. I look at the Democrats, there's some seedy characters there. But if Trump is going after them, he's doing it primarily for his re-election purposes, let's face it. This, by the way, is why we don't have complete tyranny, because people actually do stab each other in the back constantly. Whistleblower also is a loaded term. When you think about it, the term whistleblower in this context, why not just it's an allegation that Trump acted improperly? It's a whistleblower if the allegation is true. It becomes a whistleblower if that's the case. I never see the term whistleblower used for WikiLeaks or something like that. No, then it's hackers. Then it's bad people, espionage agents, or inevitably Russians or maybe the Chinese. But this person who isn't even identified all of a sudden is a whistleblower. It's very interesting. The corporate media are ramming that line home more than anything else. So they make sure every single title has the term whistleblower in it. That's funny because if it's Julian Assange, he's espionage agent Julian Assange. Somebody who actually disclosed credible information that the U.S. government was lying systemically to a large swaths of the world's population, and that the Kremlin and similar groups have done the same, by the way. That's not whistleblowing at all. Keep him in prison. Let him suffer. Evil communist agent. That's about all. Peace out.